Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. I was inspired to check out a video I did called Insecure, Tasha's Seduction of Lawrence. And I was inspired to do that because, the past few days I've been saying doggy style. And anybody who remember Tasha and Lawrence from that infamous TV show Insecure, remember one of the last scenes in it was the back shot heard around the world when Lawrence, the character Lawrence, was hitting that doggy style. So I thought about it and I actually watched the video. It's one of my more popular videos too, because anybody who's followed me for years know I used to do a review of the show. Sometimes I would do it with Miss Mocha Angel and also Master Teacher BGS. He's done some reviews of the show as well, because there was I'll just say there's a lot of game in it. And just incidentally, before I get into it, somebody had the nerve to say, "Oh well," somebody identifying themselves as a woman had the nerve to say, "Well, men shouldn't be running game and all of that." It was like, hold up. In the very video I said the term game, I said it's just social strategy. If you don't want to use the word game, use social strategy. I don't like when people don't listen to me or try to be slick or try to do something. If that was even a woman, block. And I'll have no problem saying that. But anyway, right? I was looking at I was watching the video again because, that's how I make the connection. I was like, doggy style. Lawrence with the back shot heard around the world. But then I was thinking about some of the other parts of it as well. Because there was more than a back shot. It's how they got to it. Now, especially for the women who watch this channel, there's something they could learn from that, because that was like a master class in seduction. And even a man knowing when a woman trying to run game on him. Because I broke it down how Tasha basically got her man. How Tasha got her man. And she was only in a few scenes, maybe 4 scenes in the show. But she got her man. She got her man because the first thing, and I talk about it, I put a link in the description box for it. And also in the description box, just some other playlist of when I did some reviews of that show Insecure. There was a whole lot of game in there on so many levels. Or if you don't like the word game, social strategy, particularly by women. But it was, wait a minute, and I'm coming from someplace different here. Stop by a hardware store. Ron prefer to fix stuff around the house instead of calling somebody. But anyway, the thing was, when Tasha seduced Lawrence, she didn't go like, just back that thing up or dress all sexy. Because remember something I always say. I said a man make love to a woman's body, but a woman make love to a man's mind. See, a smart woman, she here for the brain first. She here for the ego first. And that's all that Tasha did. Because anybody who watched that show the first season, Lawrence didn't come off as shit. He wasn't working. He wasn't doing much. And the main Issa, she cheated on his ass. But it didn't look like Lawrence had anything to do, had anything about him. But there was that first scene they introduced Tasha, and she was a bank teller. And Lawrence was in there just cashing an unemployment check. And she started on his brain then, talking about how smart he was and all of that. Check out the video. I ain't gonna go deaf for deaf everything she did, but she made sure she told him what's up. She made sure she made him feel good. See, when a woman is really trying to seduce a man, she gonna go for the ego. She gonna go for the ego. See, You get a lot of women out here, and I gotta call it out, because y'all know I don't go in on women, but I gotta call it out. You get some women out here want to call men this, that, and the third, say all this bad stuff about a man, but that doesn't work. You don't get a man that way. The way a woman gets a man is get that ego. The worst thing a woman can do, is actually try to break him down, say he's bad, he's this. That's something a mother does to some son to try to get him to do stuff. And they usually don't get it to do it. And I've said before, the best way a woman can get a man to do anything is just stroke his ego. He'll do it anyway. Just get that ego. Sometimes a smart man will know a woman's doing that and just will let things go just to get there. But she started with his ego. Despite everything he was going through, she was talking about how smart he was. And, comparing him to past President Obama. And really just, she was hitting that brain. He was feeling bad about himself, not doing what he could have been doing, but she hit that brain. See, that's an important thing. Fellas, if a woman starts stroking your ego, one, she's smart. Two, think about what she might want from you. Just be like what she might want. Indeed, that can be a good thing, or that can be a bad thing, because that's how a smart gold digger goes in. Running game. Hey, I had to laugh about that. Because women be running that game. And a smart gold digger, see, they don't go for the money right away. They go for that brain right away. Try to see what's up with that guy, make him feel good. In fact, let me talk about that. And this somebody BGS knows. We'll just call her the makeup artist. She went for my brain at first. But see, I was questioning when she tried to go for the money. But she went for my brain for the longest. Like, oh, you're this, you're that. Oh, you have such pretty eyes. Oh, it's like, okay. See, that's one thing. If a woman going for your ego, just say thank you and push that to the side. So anyway, though, if you watch further, she went for his brain first. But then when he was working at like this Best Buy place, now they ain't where he would want to work, but he was still there. She came and brought him some food. Look, a smart woman knows. Feed him. In fact, I knew this woman back in the day. I ain't gonna say how I knew her. I don't want to put out too much, but she was having trouble with her husband. She was having real trouble with her husband. They had just got married. And she talked to an elder about it. And the elder was like, well, so what you feeding him? And the woman was like, feed him. So, I don't know what happened after that, but I remember seeing them again. And I never forget what he said to me. I said, yeah, they were all cool, calm. And he was like, she feeding me now. Look, a smart woman feeds a man. See, you got these women out here talking about they don't want to cook for a man or something. But shoot, a man responds to his stomach being filled. Because if not for that, shoot, if a man got to cook for himself, what do you need a woman for? Seriously, I don't care what she do for a living. Make sure he get food, even if she don't cook it herself. Pay for dinner. Seriously, pay for one dinner. Shoot, it could be even small. It don't even have to be major. But make sure she keeps some food in that stomach. I remember on one of my 1,000 jobs I worked at, whenever my manager wanted me to do anything, she always had some snacks for me. She kept me fed. I ain't gonna lie, she kept a brother fed. It's pissing off some of the other folks on the job, but whatever. If I went to my cart, because it was at a retail place, if I went to my cart and I saw some food on it, I said, yeah, okay, she wants something. I find out for her. So I did whatever for her because she kept food in her brother's stomach. She kept snacky snacks in her brother's stomach. Shoot. See, a smart woman, she know a man want that food. She know that man wants some vittles. Shoot. And fellas, if you go over a woman's house, right, and she can have on the nicest perfume, the sexiest dress, but if she got that cherry pie, or she got that food out, she done made you a dinner. I remember this woman I dealt with back in college. She made a whole meal for her brother. I was chilling after that. Seriously, think about it, fellas. Y'all know it. Because, in fact, think about something else. Y'all need to really think about this. Fellas, what would y'all rather have? Would you rather have a blowjob or a sweet potato pie? I remember me and a group of fellas, we were thinking about that, and, some people would obviously say, well, your blowjob, but then we were like, wait a minute, sweet potato pie? That woman cooked for you? Shit, you be thinking about that. The fact you even got to think about it tells you the importance of having that food. That's the importance right there. See, Tasha, she brought those greens for that brother, and he ate them. She brought it. She came. She had that nice wifey dress on and everything, and brought him some food. Dude, man, he wasn't even hungry at first, but shit, after a while, he ate it. Shit, she showed that wifey thing. So she stroked his ego. And then hit him with the food. But then, the same time she hit him with the food, she showed her breasts. She showed her sexual part, too. That was another time. I think I gotta look at the dress. She came with the wifey dress another time, I think. Yeah, I can't think of which time that was, but there was, and I think it was at that store. She did come with y'all gotta listen to the video, or if you can, just watch the episode, like the last episode of season 3. But when she came up, she had on those tight jeans. She had her breasts showing. I ain't even a breasts lover. I just do it for comedic effect. But she was showing that sex thing. So she was hitting that dude's stomach, also hitting his balls. His joint was like, oh yeah, I'll let the stomach get the food. I'll get this other part. So she hit him on 2 levels, really 3 levels. Hit that ego, made him feel good, stimulated that ego. Hit that stomach, put some food in that stomach, and then show what he could get if he got her butt naked. And I want y'all to think about that. Let me turn on this air. Because you know how this phone get all hot and be like, oh, yeah, that's it for it. But y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to think about that whole situation, that whole scenario. That's how a smart woman, she gonna hit him. And see, a smart woman ain't gonna just be like, use a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? Because some guys be thinking, no matter what, if the woman too easy, the woman hold back. See, a smart woman, she'll do that thing nice and slow. She'll hit that man's mind, deal with his ego. In fact, I'm going to tell you what. Watch out for those women that I would label demon lovers, because that's how they'll get a guy. If like the women that this guy normally encounters aren't praising him, ain't telling him what he's doing right, or if she just want to take, you got some women out there, they want to run that game to take a woman from a man. They'll figure out what that woman isn't giving the man and give that man that. She'll figure out that he's not being praised. He's not getting his ego stroked. And then she'll just give it to him. She will just give it to him. If he's not praised for being smart or handsome or whatever the case, she'll give it to him. So first thing is that ego. So a smart woman, she'll do it right. A good woman will do it right. A evil woman, she'll hit him on that level. See, a man got to pay attention to that. Then she gonna make sure he got some food in his system. She gonna make sure she's feeling it. Sure. Because when women have fed me in the past, you don't want to go anything. In fact, I think that's why you get some women, they like a guy with a little bit of gut. Just a little bit of gut. Because, they can feed him. Sure, they like that. In fact, some other women, they'll know, they'll look at that guy and know he got a woman. They'll look at how he dressed. They'll look at that gut and say, oh yeah, he got somebody. See, they'll look at that guy and say, okay, he like to eat. The smart ones will. But then they'll come up and get him some food. And then hit his dick. Then hit his joint, get that joint hard. Be looking all sexy. And don't let them find out what favorite color. Oh, they'll test them out. They should have those like nice small, that nice mini skirt dress or those tight jeans or have those pants. Shoot. But they'll hit it, and it's basically a 1, 2, 3 thing. Hit him in his mind, stroke that ego, fill that stomach, and get him excited sexually. And she got it. And he could have a woman. He could be married, happily married. Shoot. I know this one woman. She got this guy who was married. He would always go out, but she knew how to. She knew how to do it all three. And I might have hooked up with her in a racquetball court. That's an interesting story. Anyway. She knew how to do it though. She knew how to get a guy. She hit that brain. She'd give him some food, and then go for the joint. 1, 2, 3, just 1, 2, 3. So and just check out what I said specifically in that video. Check out what I said specifically. And that was during the time, that was a while ago before I was doing live videos. I got a picture of Tasha with her breastises. She pointing them out. I was like, yeah, she hunting. But watch out for that. Now, you will want a good woman. You will want a good woman. At least I would hope you want a good woman. A good woman who is doing that. Now, fellas, if you don't get a woman, like, say you meet a woman, she fine, but she ain't doing nothing to stroke your ego. She ain't call you handsome. She ain't talking about how smart you are. She ain't praise something you did. Leave her alone. If that woman don't want to feed you, it don't necessarily mean she want to cook for you. Like, I've dealt with some women, they just didn't cook, but their fridges will fill. Like, I dealt with this one woman, didn't cook. Man, she had a whole platter. A whole platter for her brother. And she ain't cook at all, but she made sure she ordered that whole platter. Made sure I was taken care of. Yeah. And then how they dress. And see, pay attention to how they dress around you, because they will try to figure out what's up. And they're going to pay attention to your reaction to whatever they wearing. And it's not always, it ain't always a sexy gear either. Because like I said, it could be just that nice dress or that nice thing that making her looking like wifey. Like, say she talking with you and she find out you ain't trying to be player or just trying to hit it. You looking for somebody serious. You thinking like wife. They'll dress like that. They even on the Gift That Keep On Giving, those balloon pop shows, sometimes those guys have rejected a woman because of how she was dressed. So pay attention to, definitely pay attention to how a woman is dressed around you. And for the ladies listening, however you dressing around a man, he's going to read that. Like, yeah, for the most part, we just looking at the breastises and the butt dump and the body. Some guys just looking at the face card. But as a man gets older, more experienced, he's paying attention to some other things. He's going to be looking at that. That's for the women. For the guys, pay attention to that, because you always going to know if a woman trying to come for you. Because I remember, like, when I was working on this job, one of my 1,000 jobs, this woman was coming hard. One day she came in with a short ass dress on, showing her legs. I was like, yeah, she ready to go. She ready to go. Okay. Yeah, he was taking a bit, or she was taking a bit, whoever was taking a bit. But anyway, pay attention to that. And like I said, pay attention to all of that. See, a smart woman to do it. Like, let me go in on the women, because like I said, I don't usually go in on the women, but these women be doing some stuff out here. They don't want to stroke a man's ego. Definitely don't want to cook for him, and don't want to be sexy, but think they're going to still get a man. God, Galactus, Thanos, the Great Pumpkin, Big Rum, whatever term you want to use for God, has made men actually easy to get. I want y'all to think about that. We easy, because if you leave it up to us, we wouldn't be domesticated. We just mess with a woman long enough to get some sex. You know, maybe get some food or something. We'd just be chilling, watching a ball game or something, eating some food. If we gotta get our own food, it's like, what we need them for? Seriously. But Spirit has made it so we will be domesticated. Say, a woman just needs to stroke that man's ego, put some food in his stomach, and stimulate him sexually. Shoot. That's why I remember this young lady I knew was getting married. And I remember my grandmother, because my grandmother knew the couple. And my grandmother was like, she seriously said to me, we might need you to go to the house and make sure he shows up. Women know what they doing. Women, well, they used to know what they doing. I don't know about some of these women now. I don't know about them now. They up there complaining. But grandmother wanted me to show up to this guy's house, make sure he show up to the wedding. Shoot, that's why sometimes that's why some guys be crying. They were like, dang, you think they crying because they happy to get married? Nah, they crying because they can't do what they used to do. Yeah. But check out that video. Check out that video, because it is a master class in seduction. It's a master class, and it's something. It's for both men and women to recognize. Men to recognize when a woman's really good at trying to seduce you, and for a woman knowing what to do to get a man. You want to check out all of that. Yeah, that was a woman earlier. You want to check out all of that. And yeah, that was some stuff. That was some stuff. And check out some of the other stuff. And for fans of Miss Smoker Angel, that's when she was she had did some stuff as well. She had did some stuff as well with me. So we got that. We got that. But check that out. And I thought about it because of doggy style. Man, who would have thought I just talked about my favorite position and other dudes would get into it? Because remember, after all Tasha did, that was the end result. the back shot heard round the world. Because there was a lot of guys, they loved that because they saw it as revenge for Issa cheating on the brother. I don't blame him. I did a video talking about that too, but I don't feel like looking for it. Just go through the archives. Anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Peace.